What if the kindness you are most proud of is the very thing being used against you? There is a moment in the life of every deeply caring person when something inside goes quiet. Not bitter, not broken, just finished. You know the feeling because it may be settling over you right now. One day you stop rushing to fix everyone. You stop absorbing the mood of every room you enter. You stop carrying the weight of people who never once asked how heavy it had become. Marcus Aurelius understood this silence long before it had a name. He believed you carry a fortress inside you, a still place no one can enter without your permission. And he saw that most people hand the keys to that fortress to anyone who asks, then wonder why they never know peace. You handed out the keys for years, and the silence you feel now is the sound of you finally taking them back. Your peace was never theirs to take. Let me show you what brought you here, because you need to see it clearly. You were never someone who simply felt things. You absorbed them. You walked into a room, and within seconds, you had read the whole atmosphere. You knew who was angry before they spoke. You felt the tension under the polite words at the table. You carried both sides of every argument, even the side that was wounding you. You became the shock absorber for everyone around you. Your family handed you their anxiety. Your friends used you as a free counselor. The people you loved treated your patience like a well that could never run dry. And here's the part that should disturb you. You never complained. You called it your purpose. You told yourself that because you could feel so much, you were obligated to carry so much. You wore your exhaustion like proof that you were a good person. Think about where that belief was planted. As a child, you were praised for being understanding. You were rewarded every time you swallowed your own needs to keep someone else comfortable. Every time you absorbed someone's anger to stop a fight, somebody called you mature, wise beyond your years. And so you learned a quiet and dangerous lesson. You learned that your worth was measured by how much of yourself you were willing to give away. That is how the keys to your fortress ended up in other people's hands. But something in you was keeping count. Underneath all that warmth, your mind was recording everything. Every manipulation, every betrayal, every time someone took your goodness and returned nothing. You knew exactly which words triggered the guilt in your family. You understood the precise moves someone used to dodge responsibility. You could feel a manufactured crisis forming before it arrived. You had mapped every game being played around you with quiet, exact precision. And still, you never used any of it. You never turned what you knew into a weapon. You just kept absorbing, kept giving, kept telling yourself this was love, until something deep inside you began to crack. That crack is what Marcus Aurelius would have recognized at once. On the surface, you looked steady. You looked like the strong one. But beneath that surface, resentment was rising like water against a sealed door. Not the loud kind that gets spoken and released, the silent kind that slowly poisons the way you see yourself. Your peace was never theirs to take. The break, when it came from betrayal. Not a small disappointment, a deep one, from someone you had protected and defended and loved without conditions. You know the shape of it. Maybe you found the lie after years of holding that person together. Maybe you heard what they said about you behind your back after a lifetime of being the glue that kept everyone connected. Maybe you finally saw the truth about someone you had defended to everyone else. But the deepest cut was not what they did. The deepest cut was realizing you had seen it coming. Your intuition had been speaking for months, maybe years, and you silenced it. You chose to believe in the version of them that lived only in your hope. That is the betrayal that truly breaks a person, not theirs, yours. You overrode your own knowing to keep a fantasy alive. You crossed your own boundaries to protect a bond that was quietly draining the life out of you. Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations that people are forever searching for places to escape to, quiet houses in the country, the shore, the mountains. And he said the search is foolish because you carry the only true retreat inside you, in your own mind, and you can step into it at any moment. You had spent your whole life looking outside yourself for peace, tending everyone else's storms, when the still place was within you the entire time. You had simply never been allowed to enter it. And when the illusion finally fell away, you did not scream. You did not collapse the way everyone expected. You went quiet. Your eyes changed, not with tears, with clarity. The fog lifted, and for the first time you saw the people around you exactly as they were, without the soft glow of your own hope painted over them. If this is reaching something in you right now, comment the words, "My peace is mine," and stay with me, because this is where everything turns. Here is what happens after the silence falls. You stop performing. You stop managing everyone's emotions. You stop explaining yourself. You stop apologizing for having needs at all. You do not announce it. You make no speech. You simply stop holding up the broken systems you have been carrying for years. And those systems begin to wobble. The family that needed you to mediate now has to face each other directly. The friend who used you as a crutch can no longer pull the old reaction out of you. The people who treated you as endlessly available find a quiet wall where the open door used to be. And the thing that unsettles them most is that you are not even angry. Anger they could have worked with. Anger was familiar because your anger always melted back into forgiveness and you always returned to carrying them. This is not anger. This is a calm indifference to the games that used to run your life. They test it. They manufacture a crisis. They play the victim. They reach for guilt like a familiar tool. And it does not work. You watch them try with a strange, detached steadiness, the way you might watch weather pass over a field. This is what the Stoics meant by command of yourself. You stopped reacting. You started choosing. And a person who chooses cannot be pulled. Your peace was never theirs to take. This is the part people will misread as cruelty. They see you let the call go to voicemail. They see you say no without a long apology. They watch you skip the gathering that always left you hollow and step back from the friendship that only ever ran one way and walk away from the person you spent years trying to save. And they call it cold. But you did not stop caring. You stopped caring about keeping bonds that required you to abandon yourself. You stopped caring whether you were liked by people who never valued you. You stopped caring about holding peace in places that were only ever peaceful because you were quietly suffering to keep them that way. What looked like a wall was really a gate, and for the first time you were the one deciding who passed through it. Watch how it changes everything. At work, you do your job well, and you stop doing the work of 3 other people. You stay kind and you stop absorbing the drama that was never yours. The ones who relied on you to overextend now meet someone who does their part and goes home whole. In your family, you stop hosting every gathering and settling every feud, not with a confrontation. You simply become unavailable for the role you were handed before you were old enough to refuse it. And when they say you have changed, you nod. Because you have. You finally stop setting yourself on fire to keep other people warm. The part of you they called selfish was never your enemy. It was your survival. It was the quiet instinct trying to protect you from being consumed. You spent your whole life being told that part was a flaw to overcome. But Marcus Aurelius taught that a man who does not guard his own mind hands it to everyone he meets and is ruled by all of them. Protecting your peace was never the opposite of goodness. It is the ground that real goodness has to stand on. So you become selective. Some people rise to meet the new you. They realize they were standing beside someone rare and they choose to become worthy of it. Those bonds turn into something real, built on respect instead of one person carrying the other. And some people cannot rise. They miss the version of you that asked for nothing, and when their old tactics stop working, they drift off to find someone else to lean on. And you let them go without the agony you expected because you finally see the leaving for what it is. Protection, not loss. This is where something almost unsettling happens. You become very hard to manipulate. You feel the flattery that comes too fast. You sense the false warmth before it reaches you. You recognize the person performing care, and you simply do not take the bait. Your clarity works like a quiet guard at the gate of your fortress. The dishonest grow uncomfortable around you without knowing why. The honest feel safe with you for the first time because they can tell you see them, and you are not pretending otherwise. And you could use all of it for revenge. You know these people's weak places better than they know them, and you choose not to. Not because you are weak, but because you genuinely no longer care to. You take the harmful ones out of your life and you keep walking. That restraint is not softness. It is the calm strength of someone who has nothing left to prove. Your peace was never theirs to take. So understand what this silence really was. The day you stopped pouring yourself into everyone else was the day you started tending your own soul. That is not selfishness. Marcus Aurelius knew the difference. A cup that is always emptied for others and never filled cannot give anything real, and a life spent as a martyr saves no one, least of all you. You did not lose your humanity when you went quiet. You found its center. You did not become cold. You became clear. You did not stop loving. You finally turned some of that fierce devotion toward yourself, the same devotion you spent years giving away to people who never returned it. Your sensitivity was never a debt you owed the world. It was a gift, and a gift is meant to be guarded and given to the few who have earned it, not spilled out for anyone who reaches for it. The retreat Marcus spoke of is open to you now, the still place inside you that no one can enter without your leave. You stopped looking for peace in other people's approval, and you finally walked through your own gate and found it had been waiting there the whole time. The day you stopped saving everyone was not the end of your story. It was the day you finally became sovereign over yourself. If this reached you, leave a like. I read every comment.